Okay guys, I'm going to tell you a wee fly. I've just been messing about at the face tonight. Just going to show you it. It's just a bit of fun. It's not to be taken too serious. Now the hook in the vase is a size 10 Partridge Patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in white. Now I'm just going to come in, get my thread started behind the eye of the hook, run on a few turns of thread and remove the waist tag. Now I'm going to put a wee tag on the fly. That's just going to be an oval silver tinsel in small, show you the spool. That's it there. So just like to catch my oval silver tinsel in underneath the hook, bring it in under, and then I'm just going to work this down the hook, tying in the oval silver tinsel. Now I'm just going to come down, and once I let the thread go, I want it to be in line with the point of the hook. And then I'm just going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create the tag, and on the 5th turn bring it up and in between the 2 hooks, and we'll come around with a couple of turns to secure that in. We'll just come in and trim away the excess. Now the tail is just a few fibres of hot orange bucktail, not too much. I'm just going to measure this up to the hook and offer this over the hook. We're about twice the length of the hook over the back. Now, just going to tie that in. If you like your tail shorter, just make it shorter. It's up to you. I'm just going to come in and trim this a bit of a tapered cut. I'm going to put a bit of flesh into the tail. It's just going to be 2 strands of orange micro flesh. So I was doing a bit of cleaning out and came across a wee patch of hair that I thought I had threw out because I'd used it all. So I'll just show you it as we go up the fly when we get that tag. I want to use it for the wing. So this is just 2 strands of orange micro flesh. I'm just going to offer this up into the tail. Around with a pinching loop, another turn. I'm going to fold back the flesh. Just leave it all in the tail. Now, if you don't like flesh, don't use it, don't put it on. I know some boys don't like it in their flags. I don't mind it. Now, just trim away the flesh to the length. I just like mine to be the length of the tail. Now, I'm just going to concentrate and tie in the bucktail. Just run your thread up now. You want to try and keep the body nice and flat because we're going to use a mylar tinsel for the body. Just want to keep the bucktail on top. If it moves, just bring it back into position. Then I'm going to bring my thread back down. I'm going to tie in another part of the tail. It's going to be a sunburst. I'm going to get this tail sitting for me. It's going to be a sunburst hen hackle. That's it there. That's the cape. I dyed that a while ago. It's dead strong. Now, I'm just going to take away the fluff from the bottom of the feather. Just stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. And I'm just going to tie it in the way I would tie in a golden pheasant breast feather on a shrimp pattern. So 2 turns to hold and secure. Bring your thread turns back up over the tip and the hackle. Right, just bring my thread up out of the way. Just give me room to work. Just come in and break away the tip. Now, this wee hackle's fragile, just simply because the stem is so thin, so just want to take my time here, putting minimal pressure onto the hackle because I don't want it to break. I'm just doing 1 turn in front of the other. Now, just want to have a wee look. Probably put another turn in just. Okay. Just bring the thread back into position. Just follow it around, catching the stem. Now, these tight turns just to hold this in position. I want to run it up the length of the body because I want to try and keep everything level. Then I want to break away the stem. And then come in with an old toothbrush, just brush some of these fibres out. Just get the wee fly sitting nice, just to show you There'll be plenty of movement in the fly when it's in the water, so you never know, might work. We'll not know until we try it. Now the rib is just going to be a silver wire, an ultra wire by UTC. I'll just knock this in on the way down, a couple of turns, bring it in underneath the shank of the hook. And I'm just going to run my thread down, tied up against my tail, nice and tight. The body is going to be a Opal Mirage tinsel. Now you can't go wrong with stuff, great material, the Opal Mirage tinsel. Very versatile, used in many patterns. I'm just going to tie this in, pull it in the length of the body, and then just bring my threads turns up and touching turns. Now the reason why I'm using white is because I want to keep the flavour and the colour of the Opal Mirage. If you want to use a different thread, then you'll get a different colour when it's wet, give you a different flavour. Now I'm just going to come around, get a nice tight turn at the back of the fly. Now I just want to take my time, just have a wee check here, make sure I'm tied up against it. I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to take one turn overlapping the other. Now you could put some super glue or varnish onto the thread and wind your tinsel up over the top of it. Make the fly last a wee bit longer. Now one turn to hold, a couple of turns will secure that in. Then we'll come in and trim away the excess. Just come up with my silver wire. And I'm looking 4 turns onto the body to protect it. There's plenty. Follow around with my thread, get one turn in to hold, a couple of turns to secure, and you can bend and break away the wire. Just run my thread up to the eye and back down into position. Now the wing, and this is what I was just doing a bit of a clear out, and I found this stuff. This is a possum. Now I've had it from Pushy was a kitten, and you can see that I've used a good bulk of it. I thought I had used it all. Now, just going to take a small pinch of this stuff. You don't need too much. It's lovely mobile hair. It's good stuff. I think I got this off Future Fly. I'm just going to offer it up. I'm going to leave the guard hairs in, the wee tips, because they're very translucent. So I want to leave them in the fly. Now, I'm just going to come in and cut it close, very close, take the actual skin, and just open it up. Just take away any old fluff and rubbish at the bottom. Then we'll just offer this up. Now I want the tips, not the guard hair, just the tips, to come around about halfway into the tail. So I'm just going to hold it there. Now, I'm going to come around with a pinching loop. And a couple of nice tight turns now, just to hold it in position. Okay, I'm just going to come in with my thumbnail, just spread it around the top of the shank of the hook. And then I'll just come in, nice pair of sharp scissors, clip away the excess. Now, you don't have to do this with this hair because it's soft enough, but I just like to put a bit of super glue onto the thread, way I would do if it was tan and squirrel. And just bring the thread with the super glue down over the cut ends. Now I'm going to put another couple of strands of the orange flash, micro flash, into the wing. Just got 2 strands here. Just offer it up into the wing, just down onto the sides, round with a pinching loop, another turn to hold, fold back the flash. Now I'm just going to trim these extra 2 bits away. Don't want it all on the wing. Now the front hackle, I found this as well, didn't think I had this either. This is a silver badger dyed orange. Cock, cape. So I'm just going to stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. After that, come round with a turn, another turn to hold, That's that hackle tied in, but just to secure it, just going to fold it back, bring my thread turns back up over the tip and the hackle, then I'll come in and remove the tip, and then I'll just come in and stroke back the fibres with my scissors, and then I'm just looking one turn in front of the other. Now, like I say, if you go buy stuff and you end up you find stuff if you don't have your kit organised. I should probably be a wee bit more organised, but to be honest with you, I can't be arsed. So just going to come in, I think that's the third turn there now. To there. Just going to follow this around with my thread. Catch it in, a couple of tight turns to secure it in. I'm just going to come in and trim away the excess. Anything that's going forward, just going to fold it back, bring my thread down to the eye and back up. Now I'm going to put a wee through the, this is another cape I found at the bottom, and I actually bought one of these the other day too, because I didn't think I had any blue left. Now this is just the bigger feathers at the top of the cape that you normally wouldn't use, or sorry, I wouldn't use, so I'm not presuming other people don't. I've just brought the fibres out from the stem. Now I'm just going to take a couple of pinches. I'm just going to offer this in as a wee throat, just a wee bit of colour underneath the fly. Yeah, just come around and hold it there, pinch and loop it up the way, a couple of turns, then we'll come around and see what way we're sitting. Now I'm just going to spread these out with my nail. Once I'm happy, which you know, I'll just come in and trim the excess away. Yeah. Anything that's going forward, just fold it back, bring my thread back up into position. Just want to make sure I'm happy before I continue to tie the remainder of it. Now, okay, happy enough of that. So I'm going to put 2 jungle cock on. You don't have to. Don't have jungle cock, don't worry. There's just a couple of eyes here, some of the bigger eyes, and I'm just trying to use up because they're jungle cock's not cheap nowadays. So just stroking the fibres back. That's the 2 eyes there. Just going to offer them up. Just going to hold them on the side of the hook. Just come around with a couple of loose turns just to hold them. And I just want to come in and make sure that they're the same length. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to tighten up now, bringing my thread down to the eye. Then I'm just going to fold the stems of the jungle cock back. And then just work my thread back up over the top of the stems of the jungle cock. Nice and tight. Now, if you keep the thread tight and come in, you can break away the stems, which will give you a neater cut. And then we'll come in and just do a whip finish. Now, I'm going to brighten the head up with some Glow Bright Floss number 3 and the nice bright red. Now, it's the Glow Bright Floss number 3 there. The nice red. So we'll just come in, just a wee fibre here on my side. Just that's it now. And then I'll just start the floss up off and just tie up over your head. Come in, trim away the excess, bring the floss on up to cover the head, and then we'll just whip finish on the way back down. Nice and tight. Put the thread tight, come in, trim away. Now, just to seal the head up, just going to use some super glue just on the head. Don't have to use super glue, just varnish. So out and band super glue if you don't use it. Then once that's dry, I'll come in, put on a couple of coats of varnish to seal everything up. But there you go, guys, just something a wee bit of fun, something a wee bit different. Who knows? Tie a couple up, put them in your box, and if you're at a dead end one day, put it on and see if I can catch you a few fish.